Fighters!
Hey guys, what's up? This is Chris from Swede Fighters, and today we'll be playing some Final Fantasy VII. It's a pretty old classic title, one of my first RPGs. I did play Chrono Trigger and Super Mario RPG before that, but this was my first Final Fantasy, and I'll be honest, I'm pretty nostalgic about it. I'll try to give a fair assessment though, and this video will be a lot less silly shenanigans like I do with the rest of the guys, and more of like a common commentary kind of let's play. So if you're looking for silly voices and fighting, then I'd recommend some of our other videos. Anyway, this game was released in, I don't know, 97 probably, and it was the first Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy I to be released in Europe. And it caused some confusion, I know, in America, because there was Final Fantasy I, and then there was 2, which was in Japan 4, and then it was Final Fantasy 3, which was in Japan 6, and then Final Fantasy VII came out. I'm pretty sure they just said fuck it at that point, and just, you know, they didn't change it into Final Fantasy 4 or whatever, because it would have just been super confusing. Anyway, this was the first 3D Final Fantasy, and they did at an E3 a little bit earlier. Oh, this is Aerith, by the way. We'll learn more about her later. I'll go right back to the E3 thing in a moment. I'm just going to talk about how they present the game here. So last game was sort of medieval, no, actually steampunk-ish. And now you have this girl, you're panning out on her, you see a car go by, you see another car go by, you see people, you see streets, you see stores, you see signs. This is definitely not Final Fantasy VI. This is a new Final Fantasy. You got a huge-ass town, there's reactors and shit, and there's this big tower in the center of the city, and bam, there it goes, Final Fantasy VII, with a huge meteor in the background. This is really good presentation. This shows you very fast the kind of setting you're in. This shows you the differences from the previous Final Fantasies, and it just has a good feel to it. And now you'll see a nearly seamless transition into pre-rendered backgrounds from full motion videos and the introduction of the main character. Alright, so like I was saying, they did a presentation, a 3D presentation with Final Fantasy VI models at an E3. That was way back when Square was still sort of working with Nintendo. Not entirely sure what happened after Super Mario RPG, which was developed by Squaresoft, but somewhere along the line they decided to just skip over to Sony PlayStation. Come on, newcomer, follow me. And, well, you know, I got a PlayStation because I was tired of waiting for the N64, and it was a decision I didn't really regret. For a long time, I didn't really see eye to eye with Nintendo on a lot of things. Personally, I was never really a big fan of Zelda Ocarina of Time. There we go, just gonna adjust the volume a little bit. So, we're playing this ex-soldier, and apparently they're infiltrating someplace. Now, I will be explaining some stuff that probably is pretty basic for a lot of people, but, you know, assuming that you've never played a Final Fantasy before, I'll go through the basics. So, this is the main character, and after every fight you get experience points and ability points. The AP, or ability points, that was money, by the way. The ability points basically level up something called materia, which is your magic in this game. Materia is actually a pretty big central point of the plot in this game, which is nice. Just like in Final Fantasy VI, where the Espers were really important to the story. In this game, the materia serve a really crucial role to the plot going on. Anyway, let's get on with the story. Wow, you used to be a soldier, huh? Not every day I find one in a group like Avalanche. Soldier? Aren't they the enemy? What's he doing with us in Avalanche? He was in Soldier, Jesse, but he quit and he's with us now. I didn't catch your name, because I didn't tell ya. Alright, so Cloud is going to be is the default name of this character, and to avoid confusion, I'm just going to stick with that. Let's see, still sort of sorting out my volume. There we go. Select. Cloud. Cloud, eh? I don't care what your names are. Once this job's over, I'm out of here. Wow. The hell you all doing? I thought I told you never to move in a group. Our target's the North Mako reactor, or Mako reactor. We'll meet on the bridge in front of it. It's actually Mako. It's Japanese. Mako, I think is that Coral? Ex-soldier, huh? I don't trust you. It's Barrett. I love Barrett. I never really played with Bear a lot when I was younger, but, you know, later times when I played, I always had him in my party. I like his guns. Press the directional buttons while pressing cancel to run. Alright, fair enough. Thanks for telling me that, dude. Alright, we zoom in and we get our first view on the northwestern Mako reactor. So that's actually a kanji for, I think that's the third? I'm not entirely sure. That's an old kanji for it. Let's see, I'm just gonna go in here and let's see, battle speed, gonna increase that a little bit. Field messages. I would really like to control this with the cross whatever it's called. Let's see. Alright, recommend it, and no, sorry about that, guys, just had to fix that. Okay, so I was talking a bit about the magic, and you have, Cloud currently has 2 spells, Eyes and Bolts. It doesn't really explain how you use them because the materia slot isn't really open yet, but basically you equip materia to your weapons and your armor, and you level them up, and the higher the level, the better spells. And once you max it out, it will give birth to a new piece of materia. It's pretty cool. Alright, I really gotta, I like all the little details in this world. It's all pre-rendered, obviously, but it really works well with the environment. Alright, Cloud's gonna go up. I'm gonna show you guys how Bolt works. I'm gonna use Bolt on this guard. So, there's a little bar there, 281 by 316. That's the health, and MP is the magic points, obviously. And the little pink bar is our limit break. So once that fills up, we're able to pretty much just kick ass with a special ability. So right now, there's really not much point for grinding, though grinding will become an issue later on, in which case I will record it. I will probably skip most of it because it's frankly not that interesting to watch. I'll secure our escape passage. You concentrate on the mission, Cloud. Thanks, Wedge. Geez, we're really gonna blow this huge furnace up. This'll be something to see. It sure will. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna be off to the doctors in a little bit. I got what I think is chronic compartmental syndrome, which is basically my muscles are just too swole, so I'm gonna be checking myself up with a doctor in like an hour or so. So I have plenty of time to record a couple of episodes. Not sure how often I will be doing these because I'm recording at home, but hopefully I'll, you know, be able to produce at least once a week. Alright, there we go. So this is the Buster Sword, by the way, that Cloud is wielding, which is, you know, has become pretty much the symbol of this entire game. A lot of people recognize the Final Fantasy games depending on what weapons the main characters are using. This is especially true for Final Fantasy VII and on. I'm not entirely sure Zidane, his weapons are like daggers, so they're not that famous. But you get the gun sword of Final Fantasy VIII, and you get the Aqua Blade, whatever, from 10. Yo, this is your first time in a reactor? No, after all, I did work for Shinra, you know. This planet's full of Mako energy. People here use it every day. It's the lifeblood of this planet, but Shinra keeps sucking the blood out with these weird machines. I'm not here for a lecture, let's just do it. Cloud's such a badass. Alright, you come with me from now on. Jeez. Alright, let's see. Biggs and I got the code for this door. Alright, Biggs and Wedge, just a little bit of an insider joke from Square. In a lot of games you have Biggs and Wedge, and they're basically Luke's they're like in Luke's squadron in Star Wars. Luke Skywalker's friends. Think how many times our people risk their lives. Think how many of our people risk their lives just for this code. Code deciphered. Alright. I love this song, it's one of my favorite songs from the game. Boom. Boom. Bum, bum. Alright, so when I played this, I still remember I got it for Christmas when I was, gotta be when I was 12. Push that button over there. I couldn't wait to get home. I got this game and I got Crash Bandicoot, and god damn it, these games were so good. They were amazing. I mean, I've been playing Super Nintendo just a few days before this, and it was a completely different game. Little by little, the reactors will drain out all the life, then that'll be that. It's not my problem. It's not my problem. The planet is dying, Cloud. The only thing I care about is finishing this job before security and the roboguards come. Such a professional. Oh! See, Barrett's really excited about the planet. What I don't really like about these, this is the Steam version of Final Fantasy VII. What I don't really like is how high res the models are. You actually see their mouths. You couldn't see those on the television screen. You barely saw the eyes. So these models are way more defined than they were in the PlayStation version. Anyway, I'm coming up to 10 seconds, so I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye bye.